Welcome to our channel Storm Rider. The 2025 Toyota Bajaj Qute OM 10-seater is not just a vehicle, it's a statement of mobility evolution. A bold response to the demands of modern urban and semi-urban transport, this little beast combines Japanese engineering finesse with Indian practicality. Now before you raise your eyebrows at the idea of a 10-seater rickshaw, let me say this is not your average auto rickshaw or tempo. This is a whole new take on low-cost, high-efficiency people transport. And no, it's not trying to be a fancy SUV or a compact MPV. It's embracing what it is: compact, clever, and committed to function over flair. Let's start with the design. On first glance, you might think it looks like a supersized Bajaj Qute with some Toyota-inspired edges. And you wouldn't be wrong. The design language borrows from both worlds. Up front, there's a quirky charm to it. A wide front face with compact dual headlamps and a minimalistic grille gives it a character that's approachable, even a bit playful. The body is narrow, tall, and unmistakably boxy, because it's designed to maximize interior space rather than score beauty points. And that brings us to its biggest trick, the interior layout. This compact machine seats 10. Yes, 10 people, 2 up front including the driver, and the rest in a smart 3x3x2 seating format in the rear cabin, which is more of a covered module with side benches facing inward. It's not exactly luxurious, but it's airy, well ventilated, and surprisingly not claustrophobic. Toyota and Bajaj have really played a masterstroke with packaging. Space utilization is the name of the game here. And they've played it well. This kind of layout isn't designed for long hauls with luggage. It's perfect for short commutes, last-mile connectivity, school transport, rural shuttles, or even intra-city ride-sharing. The kind of places where a full-size van would be overkill, and a regular 3-seater rickshaw just isn't enough. Now, let's talk about performance. Underneath the hood, well, under the rear floor, is a compact 216cc, liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine that Bajaj has refined over the years. It's tuned differently here, focused more on torque than top speed. This isn't a racing machine, it's built to pull weight steadily and safely. The power figures are modest, around 13 horsepower and about 18 Nm of torque. But thanks to the lightweight frame and low rolling resistance tires, that's actually enough for its purpose. What really impresses is the fuel efficiency. The Qute OM 10-seater delivers upwards of 30 km per liter, even with a full load, thanks to its optimized gearing, low drag coefficient, and tight powertrain calibration. That's a huge win for fleet operators, school services, and local transporters. Combine that with the optional seeing and electric variants expected to roll out later in 2025, and this becomes a genuinely economical solution. Now, let's talk about ride quality. It's not a luxury car, obviously. The suspension setup includes independent McPherson struts at the front and a trailing arm at the rear. It's basic, but effective. It's built to absorb bumpy rural roads and urban potholes with ease. The ride can feel a little firm when unladen, but with passengers, the damping settles in nicely. And thanks to the narrow body and tight turning radius, maneuvering through congested lanes and narrow bylanes is a breeze. In terms of features, this isn't loaded like a sedan or an SUV, but it's not barebones either. You get power steering, which is a blessing in tight urban areas. There's a digital analog hybrid instrument cluster, basic air vents with a blower fan, USB charging ports, and interior LED lights. Some trims even offer a Bluetooth-enabled audio system and GPS navigation. Especially for fleet tracking, safety features include seat belts for all forward-facing seats, a reinforced steel frame cabin, and optional ABS in the higher trims. The vehicle's lightweight monocoque frame, derived from the Bajaj Qute DNA, is reinforced with steel tubing and impact-absorbing crumple zones. Toyota's contribution here is evident in the structural engineering, ensuring crash safety meets international quadricycle standards. And yes, this does qualify as a quadricycle under Indian law, which means easier registration, lower road tax, and simplified insurance. Braking duties are handled by ventilated disc brakes up front and drum brakes at the rear. There's also a regenerative braking system in the electric prototype, which should be a game changer when it hits production later this year. Ground clearance stands at a respectable 180 mm, which is more than enough to handle village roads, speed breakers, and rough patches. Now, You might be wondering, who is this vehicle really for? Well, that's where the Qute OM 10-seater really shines. It's for the rural school transport operator who needs to ferry 8 to 10 kids in a safe, enclosed vehicle. It's for city-based ride-share startups offering low-cost, fixed-route commutes. It's for micro-entrepreneurs who want a cost-effective way to transport people or even light cargo by folding the bench seats. The vehicle is homologate for passenger and commercial use alike. And don't let the small engine fool you. The Qute OM is surprisingly capable on inclines. Thanks to the short gear ratios in the first and second gears, it can pull a full load up a 15 to 20 degree incline without breaking a sweat. It's slow, sure, but it's steady. It's got that chug along forever quality. This is old school mechanical reliability meeting new age mobility needs. Another strong point: maintenance. Bajaj vehicles are known for being incredibly easy to maintain, and with Toyota's manufacturing finesse added to the mix, the service intervals are spaced out better, and parts are more durable. The OM 10-seater comes with a service interval of 10,000 kilometers and uses a semi-synthetic oil that enhances engine life. Spare parts are widely available, and because it's based on an existing Bajaj platform, most local mechanics can handle basic repairs. Now, onto some of the downsides. This isn't a fast vehicle. You're not going to win any races or overtake too often. Top speed is limited to about 65 km per hour for safety and regulatory reasons. Also, while the cabin is well designed, the materials are very utilitarian: hard plastics, simple switches, and basic upholstery. But again, that's intentional. This is built to work, not to wow. Another limitation is weather insulation. While the roof and side panels are enclosed, the OM doesn't offer full climate control or sealed windows. You get sliding glass panes and optional roll-down curtains, but if it's really hot or pouring rain, it's not as comfortable as a full metal-bodied van. However, the target audience already expects this, so it's not really a deal-breaker. Where it really wins is affordability. Pricing is expected to start around 4.5 lakh rupees for the base petrol model and go up to 5.8 lakh rupees for the higher trim CNG variant. That's significantly cheaper than a van or MPV, yet offers more seats and similar utility. And once the electric version hits the market, with subsidies factored in, it could redefine shared mobility economics in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Speaking of electric, the EV prototype tested under the Toyota Bajaj Alliance offers a 9 kWh battery pack with a real-world range of about 100 to 110 km per charge. Charging time is around 3 to 4 hours using a standard wall outlet, and less than 2 hours with a fast charger. The electric motor produces about 20 horsepower and 30 Nm torque, giving it slightly better pulling power than the petrol version. And one more thing, the design may not win beauty contests, but it is highly customizable. Fleet buyers can spec it with colorful wraps, roof carriers, even school-themed interiors with child locks and storage trays. This modular design allows quick conversion between passenger and cargo configurations. In fact, there's a rumored flatbed variant for microgoods delivery in the pipeline. At the end of the day, the 2025 Toyota Bajaj Qute OM 10-seater is a very clever piece of engineering. It's not trying to be more than it is. It knows its job: to move people economically, safely, and reliably. And it does that with minimal fuss and maximum efficiency. It's a workhorse, a money maker, a game changer for the underserved segment of people movers. It's the kind of vehicle that can genuinely improve lives, not by being flashy, but by being functional. And if you ask me, that's real innovation.